My name is Miss Panduleni and this is my Born with HIV story. I was raised by a parent who is not only strict, but humorous, and who just wants the best and puts the happiness of her children first. My mother, Nopampi, is not only my comedian, but she's my cheerleader. My mother had just came from the bathroom, from freshening up, and I was busy on my smartphone. I think I was chatting and browsing the internet. And it was not long enough until we had a conversation, an intimate conversation to be precise. And I remember when she disclosed the news to me of being born with HIV, the first thing that came to my mind was, how was it possible that I could survive this long without any treatment or any complications whatsoever? And soon enough, I decided to excuse myself to the bathroom so that I can be able to process what my mother had just told me and everything that was happening. I was born on World AIDS Day, that is the 1st of December 1998, and somehow, having found out such news, it had my mind boggled. I started asking myself questions such as, what if I was meant for this life? What if my purpose, or if I was destined to become an HIV and AIDS activist? It was just too coincidental for me to be 17 at the time and somewhat be born on the same day and month that this chronic disease is celebrated. I remember being in the bathroom and I cried. I probably cried 1,000 tears as I was processing everything. And I just cried. I was just crying, and everything that I just said, wiping my tears and staring at the mirror. And I remember just going back to bed, and I just crept into bed, the usual routine. And then the next morning, when my mom and I would pray, we have our daily prayer sessions every day at 12. When we'd pray, I just remember hearing her say, Father, please cleanse our bodies from all impurities. Please cleanse our bodies from all diseases. And that's when I just knew things got real. She was not pulling my leg or anything like that. This was facts. And later that year, in 2017, I remember coming back to Cape Town, and I disclosed this information, my status, to my friends, circle of friends, and my squad. And they were extremely saddened about my status, about what my parent had to go through, keep this from me. And I managed to see the silver lining in the clouds that were hovering over me. The truth is, when you're surrounded by individuals that are insanely supportive, that are understanding, and that too accompanied by faith, there isn't anything that you could not overcome. And that is exactly how I felt. I felt like I have such a support system, this community that supports me, and this is something yet again that I just need to overcome and be able to look in the mirror and say that I'm beautiful. That's how I felt. And then the day finally came that I decided to go and get tested. I just wanted to, not that I did not believe my mother. I believed my mother. However, I just wanted to see it. I wanted to see it for myself. And I remember texting my mother and telling her that I'm going to go get tested. And my mother kept talking me out of it, saying that she already had told me what is it that I want to go and see. It is what it is. It's not going to alter. And, you know, a lot of other contradicting things. And for me, I'm obedient. First of all, I'm very obedient, but I just felt like this was something that I needed to do to see for myself. I think it would have been like closure, because I have never gotten tested in my life before this. So I decided to pull a couple of friends to accompany me to the nurse to go get tested. And I think about 2 of my friends agreed to accompany me and were available at the time. And you most definitely know it was such a hassle trying to convince the nurse that I needed, you know, the moral support, my friends to be there. And ironically for me, it was like, okay, so I'm just coming to find out something that I already know. But it was just, like I said, for closure, that I just needed to see it. And the nurse told me that this is illegal, this is not something that is supposed to be, you know, executed. And I had to explain my story from the beginning and tell her the reasons why I needed my friends to accompany me. And after much hassle, she agreed, and she carried out the testings. Yeah, the testings. Right. So after my results came back, our results came back. Our results were negative. And I remember feeling such a huge relief. And the first thing that I just wanted to do was, I just wanted to capture my status. And this is something that we are also not allowed to do. But I told the nurse that I need to capture the results so that I can show my mother, because my mother has been under the impression for 17 years that I've been living with HIV, born with HIV. And the nurse allowed me to do that. I took the picture, I sent it through to WhatsApp, and I just remember my mom's reaction. I think she called me immediately, and it was like a sense of like euphoria. She was just in disbelief. She was like, no, this can't be it. Like, she was just in total disbelief. I mean, I think if I could like imagine being in her shoes, just finding this out, I would totally feel the same, because the doctor had convinced her at the time to abort me, stating that I would not survive or get to live, since I'm HIV positive and probably there were complications. And that's why he advised her to abort me. So I think that in that moment she was just like, you know, yeah. Being HIV positive would mean that I too would be playing a role that is of paramount importance, which is being part of the only race that truly matters, which is the human race. I have to thank my mother for the decision that she took. It was reckless, it was irresponsible, it was terrifying. You can probably finish the sentence off for me. However, I cannot deny that she has given me the greatest gift that I've ever received, and that is the gift of life. My purpose with my Born with HIV campaign is to promote openness among society, It is to encourage individuals to be models of transparency. As you can see my banner, let me just shift the chair. Model of transparency. And to be able to speak about sensitive things and be able to overcome things and still be able to look in the mirror and say that they're beautiful. This is my Born with HIV story, and I do regard myself as a damn miracle. Thank you for listening. I hope that you are going to get into the habit of being transparent. Please make sure you subscribe and you share this video. Comment. I'm looking forward to replying to the comments. Thank you.